These NBA stars played too wild, sinking their shots and their careers, and now they're banned by the NBA forever. O.J. Mayo, a high school sensation, ranked 3rd nationwide, seemed destined for stardom when USC snagged him. But here's the twist. Long before the NBA handed him a red card, O.J. was pocketing green for his college plays. Yup, the NCAA caught on, sidelining him for a decade. But O.J. rebounded, securing a top draft with Minnesota Timberwolves, only to be passed to Memphis Grizzlies faster than a hot potato. Even bagged the runner-up for Rookie of the Year just behind Derrick Rose. Fast forward. Late for practice? Benched. A tussle over card game debts? Classic O.J. But wait, there's more. Steroids? A 10-game timeout. His excuse? An energy drink mix-up from a gas station. Post these hiccups, he dribbled with the Mavericks and the Bucks. But in 2016, the big shocker hit. NBA banned him for drugs. The league hadn't pulled such a move since Chris Anderson in 2006. This misstep, not just a dent in his wallet by 30 to 40 million, but crushed his NBA dream. After a 2-year timeout, he tried for an NBA comeback but ended up swapping NBA courts for Egypt's sandy basketball arenas, riding camels, and enjoying the pyramids. Some players hang up their jerseys, but Jack Molina, he traded his for prison stripes. Snagged 3rd in the 1953 NBA draft, Molina was quickly making a name for himself, snatching an All-Star title by 1954. Yet before the confetti could settle, the NBA gave him the timeout of a lifetime. Now rewind to young Jackie at 12 years old, dribbling his way into love with basketball. A love story better than any rom-com. But Jack's ambitions, well, they took a detour. At Columbia University, while busy setting records, he was also setting himself up. Broke and hungry for cash, Jack joined the, entrepreneurial world of mob gambling. And boy was he good at, let's say, managing games. Sort of like how some of us manage to eat the last cookie when no one's watching. Enter the NBA. Now, rookies these days make bank, but back in Jack's day, a mere $4K annually. But Jack, with his special side gigs, was allegedly stacking up a cool $50K every week. However, every hustle has its day. The NBA showed him the door, and soon his gambling shenanigans placed him smack in the middle of a college basketball scandal, implicating 27 players from 33 schools. The perks? Cash and, let's say, nighttime companionship. Ultimately, Jack's once bright spotlight pivoted to the cold bars of a jail cell. Simply put, from hoops to handcuffs, Jack Molina's journey is, well, unforgettable. But wait, Jack isn't the only one trading hoops for handcuffs. Enter Tim Donahue, a referee. Not a player, but equally notorious. 13 years of officiating NBA games, and what does he have to show for it? A 15-month vacation in federal prison, courtesy of shady dealings. In 2007, whispers of a ref betting on games he was officiating got the FBI's attention. And guess who it was? Yup, Donahue, who admitted to pocketing a cool $30,000 for inside information. He'd nudge a game's outcome using coded language about injuries and even, believe it or not, bad relationships between players and refs. The result? Suspiciously high scores just a tad too often. Experts crunched numbers and eyebrows raised when teams hit above average scores 57% of the time, up from 44% the previous season. Coincidence? I think not. Donahue was swiftly suspended by the NBA, but he pulled the resignation card before they could show him the exit. The climax? A 2008 court date and a 15-month jail sentence with some extra supervision afterwards. All this drama for $30,000? Seems like Donahue's bet didn't quite pay off. Alright NBA fans, let's rewind to Pennsylvania's young star Tyreke Evans. Even in high school, people whispered, "Is that the next Tracy McGrady?" By senior year, he wasn't just the talk of the town, he was the country's top recruit, serving up 32 points a game on a silver platter. His crowning moment? Snagging the MVP title in the McDonald's All-American game. From there, it was a short leap to Memphis. But the NBA was calling. Drafted even before the sharpshooting Steph Curry, his rookie stats made basketball experts raise an eyebrow. Joining a Hall of Fame rookie club with LeBron, MJ, and others, Tyreke seemed destined for the stars. Yet, after sinking one of the longest game winners the NBA had ever seen, his trajectory wobbled. While he hopped from one team to another over the next 9 years, the legendary aura from his rookie days began to fade. 2019 hit with a twist more shocking than a plot from a Hollywood thriller. The NBA handed Tyreke a red card, showing him the door for violating their anti-drug policy. 3 years later, he tried to bounce back, but the NBA gave him the cold shoulder. His brief dance with a G League team ended almost before it began. From being a potential legend to finding himself on the edge just a decade later. The next story is about a billionaire with a soft spot for controversy, Donald Sterling. From 1981 to 2014, Sterling steered the Los Angeles Clippers, boasting a paltry 37% win rate. Think trying to slam dunk on a trampoline with one leg. Playoffs? A sporadic occurrence, akin to spotting Bigfoot. But here's where the plot thickens. A secret recording surfaces, with Sterling voicing less than enlightened views on associations with black folks. The NBA community was fuming. Players, from his Clippers to legends like LeBron James, flipped their jerseys inside out in defiance. NBA's big boss, Adam Silver, didn't mince words, serving Sterling a lifetime ban. The Clippers proudly wore their jerseys right side out, basking in applause, while Sterling's NBA chapter was firmly closed, punctuated by a $2.5 million fine. Next on our list is DeMarcus Cousins. Well, if Boogie continued with his technical fouls and ejections for 2 more years, maybe Adam Silver would have considered the ban, but this isn't about the Boogie we all know and love. It's about a YouTuber named DeMarcus Cousins III. While most fans grabbed courtside seats for an up-close view of the game, Cousins III had a different agenda, a fresh haircut. There he sat as the game unfolded, getting his locks snipped and styled, transforming the hardwood into his barbershop. Who needs to watch a layup when you're laying down hair trends for Instagram? It wasn't just the players making moves. His audacious snip session surely dazzled Minnesota's elite. Miraculously, he managed to avoid being sent off the court. Talk about a close shave. Then he continued with his publicity stunts and took a courtside nap as if he were at home on a lazy Sunday. Suddenly a wild ball appears and he thinks, let's play. Still groggy, Cousins tries a shot and misses. The NBA's response? Hey, stick to vlogging, not shooting. Not giving up, Cousins heads to Atlanta, clutching his pillow. Thinking, new place, fresh start? But the NBA remembered him and thought otherwise. They quickly showed him the exit, solidifying his status as the YouTuber who loved basketball, maybe a tad too much. Concluding our list with flair, let's wing it, Birdman style. Life in the NBA? It isn't just slam dunks and shiny rings. Just ask Chris Birdman Anderson. Growing up, he bounced around more than a basketball, moving between foster homes. Standing taller than your average refrigerator at 6 foot 10 inches, he nabbed a spot at Blinn College. But the 1999 NBA draft, they missed the memo on him. No worries, he played ball overseas and in the D League until the Denver Nuggets gave him a call. That's when he became Birdman, probably because he could almost fly with those dunks. In 2004, the New Orleans Hornets handed him a cool $16 million. Ka-ching! In 2006, Chris Birdman Anderson didn't just drop the ball, he practically threw it out of the court. January 27th of that year was less taking flight and more crash landing for Birdman. He tested positive for a substance that the NBA decidedly frowned upon. And even though it was his rookie mistake in the substance department, the league didn't hesitate to hand him a 2-year vacation slip, no beaches, just bench. He became the first guy told to sit this one out by the NBA since 1999. By January 2008, Birdman rebounded. Rising from his hiatus, he rejoined the Hornets and the Denver team. After a couple of years, Birdman was high-fiving with the Miami Heat's Big Three and even snagged the NBA title. Through the highs and lows, Birdman's journey proves that with enough grit and a dash of flair, you can always soar above the storm. NBA bans, always a controversial topic, have left lasting imprints on the game's history. Who might be the next player to face such a fate in today's NBA? Thank you for joining us. Until next time.